Hey y'all, good morning. It's almost 4 a.m. in the morning and I'm still up. Um, I'm an insomniac by nature, but sometimes there are nights where I do get a full night's sleep. Unfortunately, this is not one of them. I'm just as wide awake as, one would be, you know, I'm just awake, I'm awoke. Um, and I felt the need to come to you guys and make this video. Uh, I owe you guys an apology because what I did, something that I did yesterday, was totally not of me. I allowed the negative people that were in the comment section to um, to take me out of my element. So I was completely out of my element yesterday because what I was doing was I was doing their bidding. I was doing the bidding of the negativity. There were people in the comment section that were saying, Tremel, you abandoned Joseph, you did this to Joseph. And me knowing that, none of this stuff that they were saying was true. None of these opinions that they had were true. None of this judgment that they had was true. I um, continued to entertain what they were saying. And the worst thing you can do is when somebody accuses you of something that you know that you did not do, the worst thing that you can do is to the worst thing you can do is to answer it. And that's what I was doing. So much happened yesterday to me. So many things happened yesterday. I finally found where my husband was. I found out where Joseph was in terms of where his body is. Um, I found out that he was taken to a funeral home in Georgia, and he was laid to rest. And he was laid to rest in the way in which he wanted to be laid to rest. Joseph wanted to be cremated, so he was cremated. Um, I don't know where his ashes are going. Um, I don't know where, what they're going to do with his ashes or what. But the funeral director went on to tell me that he was there. Um, to find him, I had to Google his name. I had to Google his yeah. I had to use his name and Google him. I put into Google um, Joseph Timothy McCrae, and it brought up. It said it was an obituary, but when I clicked onto the obituary part of it, it said that they didn't have one for him. And if you wanted to buy flowers or something for him, you had the option of doing that. But it also had the name of the funeral home that handled his funeral arrangements. And that prompted me to pick up the phone and call them, and I called them. Surprisingly, they were available on a Sunday. But they were. So, yes, I found out where Joseph's body was. Um, Unfortunately, there's going to be a battle amongst his family and me. because I'm going to fight tooth and nail to get his remains. If I don't receive them, I'm going to fight. I'm going to have to fight it in court. Something that I don't want to do, but I'm going to have to. I'm still trying to figure out how they were able to get his his his, re- his remains. I'm trying to figure out how they were able to sign for his remains, um, and get his remains. My assumption is based on the abandonment accusation, because I'm starting to learn that that all the doctors, the funeral home, and anyone that was caring for Joseph were told that he was abandoned, that I abandoned him, which was not true. I never abandoned Joseph. I spoke to him just about every day. I never abandoned him. Um, but, I think that's what his family told everyone, is that I abandoned him. I didn't want anything to do with him. And that's how they were able to proceed and do what they did. Like I told y'all yesterday, they went as far as um, telling the doctors and nurses at the hospital that I abandoned him. And the hospital staff, I guess, believed them so much so that when I would call, they would treat me a certain way. So they had one view of they had a one-sided view of who I was. I guess they made this assumption that I was this person that abandoned Joseph and didn't want to be a part of his life. So, in retrospect, I'm suing the hospital as well. I'm going to file a lawsuit, and I'm going to sue the hospital because, to me, how dare they shut me out? Because that's what they did. They shut me out. There were times when I would call the hospital to ask, what is the status of my husband? Well, how is he doing? And they wouldn't tell me. They told me they were told not to tell me anything. So, um, that's what I determined yesterday. Uh, as far as Uncle Fred and his accusations, they have no merit. He is standing on lies. Nothing but lies. I've not had to lie about my interactions with Joseph, my non-interactions with Joseph. I've not had to lie about them. And based on what the doctors and the nurses were told, it's just living proof that um, I was not given um, access. to him. It's okay. Um, Instead of arguing with, his family via social media, the pen is mightier than the sword. So I'm going to have to start writing some letters and taking matters into my own hands and doing it legally. And that's what I intend to do. Because to fight with them, call them names, ridicule, it does absolutely nothing. So that's where I'm at right now. I apologize to you guys once again for allowing people like Uncle Fred and Trish and Christine to take me out my element. I'm never going to do that again. With that being said, guys, I'm signing off. I'll talk to you guys soon. Walking love, peace, sunshine, and happiness. And always remember it's Team McCray all damn day. Talk to you soon.